Hello friends, today we are going to discuss about a very interesting tool called Mountback. The Mountback is a fast tool to provide the cross-platform multi-protocol testable over the wire. Multi-protocol means it supports 4 different types of protocols like HTTP, HTTPS, SMTP and TCP. And cross-platform means it supports Windows, Linux and Mac machines. And testable is a generic term that we use to replace any production object for testing purpose. The English meaning is mountback is a person who deceives other, especially in order to trick them out of their money. So mountback is an open source tool that allows developer to create multiple endpoints with special conditions so that they can mock the real API calls to the test applications. Okay, this tool is open source tool and we use it for the service virtualization, and it supports 4 protocol and also we can use it in cross platform. Following are the concepts that we need to know to use the mountback, and those are imposters, predicates, proxies, injections and behaviors. Although there are other concepts, but these are the most fundamental concept that we need to know to use the mountback. One of the important concept of the mountback is the imposter. The imposter is the most integral part of the mountback, and an imposter is associated with a port number and a protocol, and it contains the response within it, what we want to return, and other related information within it. So all in all, the mountbacks allow you to create imposters, and those imposter contains server informations, and those server information contains connection type, that is protocol. And as I said, mountback support 4 protocols, that is HTTP, HTTPS, TCP and SMTP, then port numbers and predicate and response. I will come to predicates and response in later topics. This is the anatomy of imposters, and the imposter generally are in the JSON format, and imposter, as I said, the imposter contains the protocol. So here you can see the protocol is HTTP. It contains the port. Here the port where it is going to listen is 3000, and it contains stubs informations. So inside the stubs it has the responses, and you can see as a response the body is hello world. I will come to this keyword is later sections. Predicate is also very important concept of the imposters, which actually determines a particular response should be responded for a particular request. Okay, it is more of if else condition. If I am receiving a particular request, then I will respond a particular response. Okay. So in this slide you can see the different types of predicates that we are used in the mountback. Those are like equals, contains, starts, end with, deep, equals, matches, etc. Now on your right side you can see the anatomy of imposter. If you look at the first one, you can see the predicates where we are using the key equals, and where if any request which is receiving by these imposters, where the method is equal to post and the path is equal to get product, then this imposter will respond you back with status code 201 and header content type text by plain, and body is equal to you posted to me. If anything different than method post and the path get product, then this imposter will not going to respond. For example, if the method type is get and the path is get product, then also this imposter will not going to respond, because the predicate comes into play. Okay, now in the second example of the anatomy, you can see where the query q, which is a query parameter, is equal to Sumit, then it is going to respond, my name is Sumit. In case the query parameter q is equal to Ghosh, then it is going to respond you, my family name is Ghosh. So in this way we can use the different set of predicates to use and filter out different response. One of the very useful feature of the Mountback is proxy. So proxy is a special imposter which allows you to get between our applications and a service it communicates with. It records each request and then forwards it to the service and record the response from that service. And it, in doing so, it capture both the request and response, and from this request and response we can create a imposter, and we can create a virtual service out of it. And it is very useful when we are try to do performance testings, and for those responses which are a bit complicated to create manually, so we can just record those response and we can retrofit it to use as a virtual service. So that's why the proxy is very important and very useful feature of the Mountback. As you can see, the proxy is lying between the application under test and the original services. So application under test will send the request to the original service, which will go through the proxy, and proxy captures the request and then forward it to the original service. In a way, when the original service respond back with the response, it will also go through the proxy to the application under test. While doing so, it captures both the request and response, and from those request and response we can create a virtual service, and then we can redirect the application under test to that virtual service. And this is how we can use the proxy to create a virtual service. As I said, it is a very useful feature. With that, we can simply capture the request and response and instantly create a virtual service out of it. Finally, we can convert the service virtualization using proxy is capture the record between the systems and then analysis the data and the protocols to convert it some sort of a model and add some intelligence in the model so that it can handle the dynamic properties, so that it has the enough intelligence to look for the request and response accordingly. Injections and behaviors. The injections, Mountback allows JavaScript injections for predicates and response to programmatically manage the stuff. Okay, there are two types of injection. One is predicate injections and response injections. Predicate injections where it allows programmatically manage the stuff should match or not using the JavaScript functions, and similarly for response injections, it allows to construct the response dynamically. Now coming to the behaviors, so we can alter the response by adding a behavior to the response. For example, if we add a wait, then it will add a latency to a response by waiting a specific or specified number of milliseconds before sending the response. Or we can add wait behavior flag on the proxies, which will allow automatically add this behavior with the actual time it took